Episode 17. No More Safety Net. Suddenly it all ceased, as if someone had shut a door. As the sound of thunder ripped through Hannah Kesslier, the only sound that reached her was silence. The incandescent artificial atmosphere igniting on the bridge faded into the dull glow of wires and monitors as the constant beating reverberated through her bones. There were bones and skin. Her chest moved up and down under her own breathing, and yet... Query, have you found? No, Hannah blurted at the voiceless prompt. The screams had already started again. Their ceaseless calls would overwhelm her soon enough. Urgent! You must! But Hannah could not remember the rest. Eyes open, she sat in the familiar command chair of the ISS Direwolf. Her subordinates were all looking to her. Clearly, she must have said something to get their attention. Commander, Officer America Titan interrupted over comms from the Tereshkova. We have cleared the field of engagement. There it was. Everyone was waiting for her orders. Hannah slowly unclenched her fist, testing its existence. She wondered if the others could have been spared. Hey everybody, Asher here, and welcome back to Starsector, where our fleet is just a little bit smaller now. We got Nuzlocke the last episode. If we look at the combat log here, for those of you that may have missed it for some reason, we did have to run away, and as we saw in the prologue here, a certain romance was destroyed. But as we know from the fleet here, Hannah Kesslier is the captain of the ISS Direwolf, and nobody questions this except for her. So there really are two spring points from where we are. First off, that the Remnants are clearly a faction that we need to learn to understand a little bit more about. And if we check, where is my alphabet song here? The Remnants, wherever they are, we are close to neutral with them, if only by the virtue of having a contact with, and this is where I should be clicking on these things a little bit better. I apologize for this. Wow, we literally just went through everything here. Anyway, Midnight Dissonant with the faction the Remnants here. There is some hope of dropping down from this hostility, perhaps. Of course, with a fleet like this, the other issue is that Hannah Kesslier needs some guns and needs some new ships. And if we look at the captain's log here as well, there's a possibility of getting ships in Lugast or somewhere else, depending. We have some places where we've gotten ships already, but all is not lost. So there was some question before about what the death penalty would be for Hannah disappearing here. Now, part of the death penalty is baked into the Nuzlocke rules, but otherwise, let's just say this, is that may she not remember it, death is still a familiar friend. Remember the beginning, where we learned all about certain other people disappearing and Hannah being a portion of that. One wonders what voices may else be heard from the gates, from the void, from anything else. And these guys are patrolling right now. I half wonder if I go dark if they're going to come after me or if they're going to stay away, because this is going to get really annoying if we immediately have to go into some kind of chase. You are pinging and signaling here. So, yeah. We'll see if anybody's following us in a second, I guess. Doesn't look like it right now. So, let's go visit the Kingdom of Terra. And hopefully, and we know this is an Agni system as well, because there's the happy little beacon there. This may be better for me to just jump in, not from the fringe jump point, but what can you do? Anyway, it's time to have transponder on. See, we have Tritac, who's neutral with us, Kingdom of Terra, who's neutral with us. They're natural enemies, but that's the way it goes here in Starsector. I think we've already actually explored some of these debris fields, so that's a plus. We have an equipment cache that could potentially work as well, and like I said, we are looking for ships and salvage. That is a Nagato class battled knot blueprint. We'll learn that. Like I said, I could always be selling these to the pirates to make them build these for me, and maybe that's what I should do, but why would I be smart here? Now we have a hatchling class Agni, because remember, these were the friendly dinosaurs that helped us before. And all we really want at some point is just some help here in the system, and that starts with Newtonia, Seems like a very un-Kingdom of Terra name, but what can you do here? Alright, if we buy some fuel, and we buy just a few supplies here, this is kind of at market rate here. We actually don't need too many supplies right now here. If we buy some more fuel in the open market, hopefully that balances out a little bit, especially if we sell some of these goods that are not particularly high value. Now, one of the real pissers is that we are down heavy machinery, but we do have a lot of stuff sitting in storage, including some destroyers. So one of the goals is going to be to see if we can actually, not from the Unsanctioned Bounty Board. Oh, view the specifications for Hopeful Dram. Nav support currently increases navigation bonus by 1. Battle Scarred would decrease effects here. The problem is that Hopeful Dram is a ship that really should not be seeing combat ever, especially as it is our only dram. But regardless, we're here. We do have another unidentified sensor contact for some reason. Is that more dead bodies? Looks like it. Okay, cool. Well, now we can go. The sector is our oyster, except we're the ones getting shucked. Oh, man. So I think the goal is to do what I probably should have done the first time and go visit Midnight Dissonant and see what in the world is going on. Because there's kind of two reactions you can have to getting absolutely blasted by the Remnants here. And one is just the hegemony approach of all-out hostility. And I guess there's some merit to that. But the other side of the coin is that maybe forces that are fighting don't necessarily need to be fighting. So maybe, just maybe, there's another way here. I'm just checking to see if we've gotten a ship from Echo. We haven't. This may be something where we need to pick one of the many dead ships out here. Really? Oh. Well, we could try to take these guys out. We obviously don't have any story points here. If I try to disengage, we will probably die. We could die anyway, depending here, so let's move in to engage. This may not work out super well, but we're gonna have to try our best and hope that we do not get, like, rocked by somebody here. So we have a heavy mauler on this thing, and this thing is fast. It's a frigate, not a destroyer, allegedly. We'll see, though. But the big thing is that we're going to need to pick our fights, take on the frigates, all right, and hope that we can do the swarming, not them. So shields up. Once again, we don't have any nice little missiles, so this is really going to be a big old hit and run kind of ship here. Maybe not the most auspicious start in the world. So how do we want to peel the onion here? We have 4 command points to work with. Let's see if we can get up here. Get everybody on one target. And we do have all these things here. Ooh, I am spinning out like I'm flying a ship that I should know how to fly, but I don't know how to fly. That was an amazing Reaper shot. Holy cow. Okay. We got 3 command points left. Let's eliminate this. We got 2 command points left in just a minute. We're going to see... First off, I need to have my shields up again here. That's a good shot. Alright, so one more thing disabled. We got 2 points left. Let's let these guys engage a little bit. We want to just try to stay clumped. I can't cancel this order right now. So big thing is we would prefer for our officers or ships to not die here. So let's see if we can oblige them just a little bit. Would help if I could actually... You know what? I'm actually not so happy with the heavy mauler right now. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised by that. It's not doing a ton of damage. We're not getting a ton of shots in either. But fortunately, these pirates have decided to chew off more than they can bite. Because this is probably what I could have been doing with some other combat here. So we have other buddies here. Once again, I am speed. So that's a plus. And we need to see if we can get you out of here. So that's good. We have another officer over here. I am now fluxed out like hell. Once again, another excellent missile shot from somebody. I'm going to need to see the combat log and see who's getting credit for all this. Because right now, this ship is... I need to really update my weapons. Let's put it like that. But yeah. Flying without a safety net. That is the theme now. And to be honest with you, I ain't fucking around with this. Consider ship recovery. We do not have any ships from here. We did not lose any ships. I could potentially get a radical destroyer here. No, that's... We could get a Buffalo MK2. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a lot of cargo capacity, so that's a little bit of a downer. Cerebus Freighter, Hound. I'm honestly less than impressed with these. So I'm going to skip it. Just take your stuff and shove it. And obviously shove some of the fuel and shit out of here. I guess, you know, it feels bad throwing away these supplies, but we don't have the cargo capacity right now. We actually don't have the crew capacity here, so apologies, you four people. The Kingdom of Terror will pick you up and it will be fine. I should probably actually sell them, but they're fine. They were excess crew, but more importantly, we're level 7. You can cue your Final Fantasy level up music if you want. That was actually a lot here because we have a lot of bonus experience. Don't know how we've been using so many story points. Now, we don't have leadership unlocked yet. I could potentially respec here. Obviously, I'm not using story points to upgrade these yet. Yeah, options here. Options. You know, you'd think I would have thought about this a little bit more beforehand. It says the fighter skills are okay. Coordinated maneuvers is fine. I think flat combat damage is going to be the way to go for now. Although if we can properly bank a story point, it's probably a good idea once we unlock technology to go ahead and do a respec. Although, as promised with this whole series, I am going to be trying to maintain more combat skills here. But regardless, let's look at that combat log real quick. Because the pirates decided, you know what, we wanna shove you, and fortunately we can shove back. So, Terminator missile conversion, that's good. So it was Nil Gasoline who did all the things. Thor Elysium with the blunderbuss. We know the blunderbuss is a good weapon. I apparently contributed. It didn't feel like it, but that's just kind of how it goes. Okay, so the important thing is that we live. That's a plus. No DKP minus today. So we can now run 3 destroyers. That's part of the fleet cap increasing here. Okay. So yeah, we want to go back. We want to get our destroyers, but I think going to see Midnight Dissonant would be an even better move first. So let's get back to the gate. Let's go to Echo, see if there's another destroyer that we might want to pick up. Holy cow. Invasions all abound here. Really? Sure, if you're coming after me or not. Let's set a course for... Where are we? Where are we on the map? Echo. There we go. Alright, if you're coming after me, I will bite back. Because I do think we can take this on. Although, yeah, our combat readiness is pretty good too, so let's do it. The Pathers are always going to be hostile to us. Move in to engage. And let's see what we can get, and hopefully... Okay, first off, I have cats being dumb again, which is just typical. Once again, we don't want to see like the guilt stuff come up here. Things shoot from hyperspace. But we'll figure that out in a second. Okay, so gotta have shields. My little fighters are doing their best too. So heavy mauler, railgun. That's more of a point defense weapon. Okay, let's get... See, I love the mobility here. I just need a better weapon. I think ultimately that's the issue here. Alright, so there's one down. If I had better stick skills, not that I'm using a flight stick or anything, but like literally my little fighters, which I need to remember my hotkeys for using fighters. Oh, wow. So apparently we have ship recovery here. It's a Cerberus attack frigate from the Ludic Path. Well, I'm definitely not using difficult recovery for anything. Although that's a cute one, because it's called Red Hot Teapot. It's really funny that we're, and this is why I like the Nuzlocke rules, we're actually in a position where I need to get this ship. That's great. And suddenly those 4 crew that I left behind are going to be very useful. But anyway, we're here. We got 1 crew. And more importantly, we need to control backspace, captain's log, frigate get for this hyperspace section. Alright, we're going to be using our supply. Oop, don't want to do it that way. We will put you kind of here because you are a logistics/combat ship. Actually, we don't have much that we can put on you right now, so... But once again, shielded cargo holds. That's really useful for dastardly things, and that has got to be another Ludic. But we're not going to push our luck here. Instead, we're going to try to fly carefully, unlike being in Kerbal Space Program 2. And, oh, it's a Space Ghost, even better. And we are going to try not to get launched into any remnants lying in wait. Like I said, the goal is to not engage. The goal is to understand. We're Star Trekking now. What's the prime directive again? The prime directive is don't die. Or, I guess for Hannah's case, don't die again? Don't die for now. That's the fun part, is that sometimes your character just doesn't know what the hell's going on. It's something that, it's a device that a lot of things try to use. Wow, my voice just went into puberty there. It's a device that a lot of different like genres and things try to use, but it doesn't always work out. We have a derelict ship down here too. Let's check these graveyards real quick before we go. I don't think we're gonna have to worry about any other presents. Ooh boy. And I panicked. Got there just in time. Holy cow. Okay, once again, understanding there's something beyond they're just trying to kill everybody all the time. Or maybe that's the simplest thing. Maybe that is the human condition hardwired into the remnant fleet to just murder to survive. So we have a heavy frigate, another frigate, a Mercury-class shuttle, Hermes-class shuttle, and Cerberus combat freighter. I don't think any of those are it, to be honest. And we have somebody else flying over here. It is probably a scavenger. It's not a pirate. They do have a dram, though, which is pretty nice. TBH. But I don't know if this is the time to do that, because that would hostilize everybody else in there. But hey, Rust Station's decivilized. That just means that the clock is ticking for how many markets are not getting eaten by the Hivers. Alright, so saturation bombardment failed. Invasion arriving in system here. We have a Clade class destroyer. We have an Enric class cruiser and cruiser. I want to compare here real quick. We're not promising to get anything yet, but tell me about this cruiser. First off, we got a rare ore here. First off, we're definitely not using a story point for this. So that makes my decision a lot easier. Let's just go ahead and salvage. We're probably going to need the fuel. Let's check out Clade. Okay, I thought that warp gate was just part of this here. Now we have a common destroyer here. It's a blue pirate ship. Medium missile. It has a large ballistic, which is really nice for a destroyer here. Only a front shield, maximum crew of 80. 11 deployment points. Interesting. I'm going to recover this. We're going to mothball it for now. But I am going to recover it here. So let's take a look real quick at what we got here. I really like the large ballistic here. So we have energy, small energy turret. I think this ship has potential. We are going to move it up here for now. And you know, I never checked. This says it's a frigate. The D stands for derelict. It's a 14th battle group. So those all count. I'm going to put you second place here. But this one we know is a destroyer. So let's do the captain's log thing here again. Clade. Gotta do it in all caps because that's just how things are. And while we're checking that, let's check the other things here. Okay. All the things all the time. The cats are going crazy. I think that's fair because they were waiting for me to feed them, and for once I'm not exactly sure that I did. So Prism Freeport. Let's return to you. And the terraforming rig got looted by somebody. I guess that's fine. But see, this could be a whole other base of operations for us here. But it's funny that now suddenly Maggie's is not really the place to be because now we have to worry about getting jumped by people. But I don't want the independence. That's why I didn't jump for that dram that was in there. Although I could use a fuel ship. What's at the dockside bar? Military bounties. That may actually work. But I'm going to do that another time. And we don't have room for 700 Marines anymore. That's the truth. Okay. Don't need nail either. Okay, our supply count is okay. Let's grab a few more crew. Rip the other people I abandoned at the Kingdom of Terror. They volunteered, I swear. Okay. Then if we go to the comm directory, do you have any work for me? Now, if we return AI cores, that may be one of our first goals here, because I think we're sitting on some AI cores in our storage here. That could help. Okay. Observation package. Holtz refining and the A2 system. That could be doable. That could be doable. Let's give that a try, because we can always drop off some of the ships here. Potential supply of remnant ships. What blueprints do they have available? So we could get some remnant ships here. Of course, we need some AI cores to pilot them. I mean, once again, having contacts build these ships is legitimate. That's true, but we may want to save it for, like, a Fulgent wouldn't be terrible for our fleet. Not gonna lie. Or I could make a selection from my own blueprints. That could also work. And then we just would get to do that ourselves here. What destroyers do we have? I know I've looked at this before. Gormacant. Interesting. I'm always open to suggestions. I think I'll just build a Condor. No. It's a good ship. It's actually a pretty good ship in the default game, but that's an interesting Condor too, now that I mention it. Alright. So we have a pirate clade, not just a clade. Okay. And then Outer Rim Alliance, you can't underestimate their ships. So let's go ahead, see what blueprints. We're not going to do that today. Then the construction project, we don't have the means to carry all this stuff right now, so we're not going to do that. Okay, well, let's see if we can turn in some AI cores. I think that's a plus. We can drop off some ships. I know I said before that we need some more guns, and that's true. But if we look at what we just accepted for the spy set here in Holtz Refining, what disaster have I set myself up for here? So we've literally got to park it next door. Now the good news is that there's a lot of asteroid fields to hide in. And how does the hegemony feel about us? They're just suspicious. So they probably will come after us if we have our bacon off. Okay. Well, let's take the gate again. Now, another thing for trying to get some logistic ships back is that going through the core worlds is a pretty damn good move. Fleet is over crew capacity? Are you serious? Okay. Gotta zoom in here. Alright. So 40 fuel for this. And we're not going to worry so much about the pirates right now. Although I could probably drop by and say hi. Okay. Ashen Colonial Expedition. I was like, what does that have to do with me? Nothing. Nothing at all. Alright, I still don't know exactly how I failed at math here. How about now? I guess we're not over crew capacity now, so can just start repairing. Okay. So let's remember where we're supposed to go. Epsilon the Spareth. And then down here in this very, very crowded zone. Alright. So there's our outpost. Home sweet home. I could be building other outposts these whole times, but we'll just repair. And here's the thing, is that first off, this ship is really nice, but I'm still not entirely sure about the heavy mauler. I think one of the issues is that it's anti-armor. I mean, sometimes you do want the anti-armor stuff here. That's not terrible. But let's compare it to what we're wearing right now. So 1,000, burst size of 3, refire delay of 5. If we spend a little bit more, we can get the good old-fashioned hypervelocity driver. That's just a really good weapon instead. Twin-linked railgun, overhyped. Tetra smart gun. Now that's a good gun. That is a damn good gun. I think we can shave some of this and put that there. All right. And I do like the gunblade drones as well. Now this ship here. What is our... I guess our first question is... Let's go down here. Let's auto-fit you one more time. Okay, we're here. We're not planning on putting you in combat. You're just here. Alright. We have so many D-mods. We actually have the money to restore this. That might not be the worst idea, to be honest. Sorry, just reading these things here. So it doesn't cost as much supplies to recover from this, but the plan is to have it not die. That's sort of our first thing. Now, this is where I could have some fun trying to just plan out and go with what kind of weapon we want to drop onto here. We did make some use of these before. And we would need expanded magazines for this, which maybe that's not the worst thing. You know what, let's do this, because right now our top speed is a little bit lower. Let's restore it. There we go. So 97 speed's good. Anti-capital shield. So I got some ideas. I actually may just take a moment to try to do some ship testing, ship editing, and see what I can do here. We also have a super heavy needler, which is good old iron shell up. And you always want to keep an eye out for some of those modded weapons, like Zon Tech is also very good. This one's very good. Gauss cannon, not as exciting. We have seen that these Hagglesturm ship things don't necessarily like do the most damage. So don't mind the under crew strength stuff. This is just kind of a quick look at what I might be taking out here in the future. I think I'm going to need to spend another episode just going over some of these builds here. I do want to bring the mule back out though, just because I do need a little bit more of the logistical stuff for now. So I am going to put that up. I do like this ship, and we still have, oh, where is it? The standard bomber as well. So we do have some destroyers that we can bring out to play. I did switch around my captaincy stuff just a little bit here. Let's make sure that we got somebody. May need someone that's a little more specialized in energy right now, but this is fine. Anyway, I am not 100% sure about this build. We're going to just try to run some simulations, as I like to do sometimes. And who do we want to pick on? I have a big gun that really works well against shielded targets. So let's start with a hammerhead. That's one of the things that I like to test with and see, does this build even make sense? Because one of my thoughts is that if you can't take out a basic old hammerhead, what are you even doing? So we do have some very large missiles here. I love missiles that don't have like a massive turn around here, but there's our anti-shield guns. That's pretty nice. I was told that the United Orm Federation is like cheating, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta cheat to win here. So if I was just good at leading... So the important thing is that we're at least not like getting completely blown up right away, which is all I can really hope for right now. And once again, there's unlimited missiles, but it looks like those missiles have absolutely no auto tracking, so I'm gonna have to get good, son. Finally, actual direct hits. So there's us. This seems vaguely familiar. There we go. Show me your broadside, please. Nope, not like that. And our venting is okay. So the important thing is that I'll be able to dish some damage here. And once I get better at the whole firing at spaceships thing, hopefully that'll work out. Because my goal is to have my other ships swarm in and do the hull damage. This is more of an anti-shield weapon. And we're burning down these shields really well. Like I said, my other two destroyers are very gunnery focused. Here we go. So I like that concept. Another point and shoot destroyer ship for one of these Starsector playthroughs. Who knew, right? But hey, it's a plus. And we do get missile specialization. Even though it looks like an energy weapon, this is a ballistic weapon. So, yeah, I also put integrated targeting unit, reinforced bulkheads, and unstable injector, just so I can move around a little bit faster. The armor's not great. I don't have any other energy weapons up front, but honestly, with these two weapons, I don't think I really need it. I really like those rockets, though. Maybe a little bit too strong, but as I've said before, if the game's going to cheat at us, we need to cheat at the game. So, what is the plan here? We do have a what is I looking for? We do have a dead drop here at this system. Bringing my whole fleet here is a really terrible idea. Sensor profiles for everybody is really big, except for this ship. Faith's End, the Ludic Path frigate that I just picked up, that's like dying and just coughing and dying here, is really going to be our go-to here, because all we have to do is drop a spy satellite. So let's drop all the kitties off at the pool. Thank goodness I'm recording this so I can see who exactly belongs to what. I think if we actually take out the dram too, because it has a really big sensor profile. Okay. And if we put Hannah in here because she needs to be piloting this. We only have just a few officers right now, but yeah, our officers are doing pretty good. Nobody's leveled up because I haven't done as much fighting here. We should be able to drop some of the stuff off in storage and have a good time. 50 crews, fine. We probably don't even need that much heavy machinery. Once again, we have all kinds of stuff here available. We definitely don't need that much fuel. Okay, so let's try to do a dead drop with a Ludic Path ship that clearly we are suspicious here. Can we do anything on the refit here? We have shielded cargo holds. Can we do anything else that'll make this stealthier? I don't know. There may be something down here that does. Okay, well. Someone's going to put in the comments, man, you should have used this thing, and you're probably right. But, I mean, this is by far our stealthiest ship. So, Faith's End. We're going on a mission. Check the comm directory. Nobody here. If we dismantle the outpost, do we lose everything? I think the answer is yes. And clearly we do have a lot of stuff here. We have some crew that we can take. We actually have some Marines with a little bit of experience. All of these damn cores. Also good to take back to Midnight Dissonant. Let's take the Gamma cores and let's take one Beta core. I want to keep the Alpha and I want to keep one Beta. Especially if we are going to add some Remnant ships to the fleet. That'd be good, but at least this is overage that I'm not going to be using. We'll keep one. We'll actually keep one Gamma core because we'll need that for another outpost. All right, so let's go out to dinner and see a movie, I guess. If I can just unpause the game, here we go. Woohoo! Let's fly fast with 500,000 credits to our name for some dumb reason. I keep spending money every month, and yet we're totally fine on cash. This is such the opposite of the last time where I was just in debt 100% of the run. Like we had before with the Jean-Pierre, we had to take bounties just to try not to die. Like die from financial crunch. We could kill anything under the sun almost. It just couldn't afford it. I guess Hannah coming from family money here has some benefits. So only 5 fuel to jump. Nice. That's the nice thing about flying just one ship. It's just us. But I guess Hannah's going to be making the news again here because spy satellite fun, right? All right. No. That's not Prism Freeport, and let's not comm sniff the wrong thing. We want friends. All right, offer AI cores. Here we go. So we get 16 points of reputation, but is it with the Remnants or is it with everybody else? Looks like it should be with the Remnants. Okay. So Midnight Dissonant likes us a little better, and we're now inhospitable, so we should not be kill on sight. Let's see if we can keep this going. Once again, Prism Freeport has blueprints too. We could totally make that work. But for now, we're just one ship flying with one story point without a safety net. Hopefully not getting smashed. Hey, look! ORA is friendly with us. We've just really got to watch out for pirates. Like a pirate trade convoy. Why are the pirates neutral with us? Hang on. I guess we punched them enough that where they just decided, you know what? You're not worth the trouble. Legio, same thing. Huh. Anyway, I should probably actually... I'm so excited I forgot to navigate to where I'm going. We're going here. And we're going into the inner system jump point. Because we can't actually transverse jump. And I'd rather go in through the belt. We'll see what this looks like. This is the kind of thing that... Okay, there's a ping. I guess it's me. I'm the ping. Ugh. We're in Milan now, I guess. Oh, I don't pay attention to the Oscars really ever, but it does make me feel good to see everything everywhere all at once win so much stuff, because that was a really good movie and I really enjoyed it. So that's that non sequitur into a non sequitur into a non sequitur. I'm sure I've talked about that movie before at some point. But here we go. We are not going to go in there dark. We are going to survey the situation. Because last thing I want is an actual patrol coming after me. And right now, it's Hegemony Reuter gangs. Hegemony Reuters. And Holtz Mining Complex. Okay, we failed a pirate bounty. Whoops. So there are people all over this shit. Hey, there's a Hegemony patrol pursuing our little tiny fleet. Okay, I guess what this means is that we try to outrun it. Because we're supposed to be stealth. They're literally e-burning at us. So we'll e-burn back. Okay, take 2. Since we have been positively identified as just a random ludic path ship, nothing to see here. Actually don't have a lot of fuel left. Gonna have to keep that in mind. Alright. Let's see what this shit looks like. And it could be that things just don't work out here. Okay, nothing to see here, buddy. So I need to not fly in a straight line. Oh, look, Prism Freeport. Successful, I'm sure. Alright, so we have a bunch of asteroid fields that are not going to give us any coverage. Remember, I shouldn't be so concerned. We have flown into hyperspace. We have flown into the Zon Empire. What does the Hegemony have on them other than ridiculous amounts of ships swarming around a minor complex. And it is pretty ridiculous here. So they're patrolling and they're coming right for us, perhaps. See, one of my things that I could do is just to try to kite the patrol. And somebody might have just seen us. Okay. So they're digging. We've got to wait for this target location to really, like, get in here. Can I slow down time? I can't. All right, but we may have gotten it. Okay. Deploy the spy sat. Wow, it's been like so long since I've been able to actually successfully do one of those. So look at this. Spy satellite for the Remnants. Who would have ever guessed? And I think we just buy fuel from somebody else. So let's skedaddle out of here. The exact kind of thing that I could totally... I've already had to edit this video before. I could totally just edit it again and change this, but where's the fun in that? So which jump point do I want to take? I could be bold and take the inner system jump point. We know the fringe jump point's being guarded. We know the outer system jump point's being guarded. So we'll just peace out this way. Seems good. All right, so what were the two goals at the beginning of this episode? Understand a little bit more about the Remnants. And that's an exchange of information that maybe we can learn over time. After all, there are certain secrets that we can get from them. And the other side of the coin, to make things even better, is to strengthen our fleet a little bit. And we've done that by effect of punching out some pirates that really tried to jump us. And just remember here, that fleet was way weaker than the fleet that I had before. And apparently it means I could have taken a lot of pirate fights ahead of time. That's fine. Are you looking for my fleets? You're looking for pirate raiders. That's not me! Oh, sweet. You guys are going to get in a fight. Okay. Well, that is what we call high-quality timing. Alright, hyperspace. Playing the game textbook style. This is how you're supposed to do it. Corvus, we don't want to necessarily go there. We could go to Galatia. We could say hey to all the Galatian gladiators. Or we could go back over here and then do other stuff and move around. We do still have a bounty, don't we? No, I failed that bounty. Okay. I guess my goal here now is we need to figure out what we're going to start doing in terms of exploration and otherwise. Let's see what it looks... Let's see what things look like when... Ooh, hello. You're not coming for me, so we're just going to fly away. Look, I am a pather. There's a joke that I'm not going to make, but it does exist. Let's go to let's go back here, and then I think we just go back to our outpost. There's always like ship corpses that we could try to find somewhere. There's always stuff just around the map. This is a very large map. That's a bounty we could do. Once again, it's really far away. I thought I'd be doing more exploration contracts than I have. It's kind of... I guess I should have known when I made the map this large that maybe that wasn't going to be the play. Okay. I love how suddenly everything is huge and scary and... Oh my god, are you actually going to come after me right now? Okay, good. Apparently one tiny frigate is not a problem enough for that detachment. We're too fast anyway. We're speed 20. So Twilight Gate, transponder off. And any other things here. So the Dictat want that. I thought it said beta crack. It's not. Okay, still though. We do have our history here, which is very exciting. All of our money and everything else. We have our milestone tracker, scoreboard. What do you know? Hivers are winning. And then we have a promise. I do need to start working towards that, and the larger fleet will help. Okay. Trade goods, nothing to see here. Hey, high-end seller, we can't buy any of your shit. Okay, cool. A little bit of this. A little bit of gate jumping. All right. So maybe there's an argument that I should try to colonize some of the places like in Rama or some of these other areas here. It's definitely worth considering. But I guess for now, since we're just gate jumping a little bit, I'll do some builds off camera for the other ships. But I would call this, after last episode being kind of an unmitigated disaster, we are going to skillfully dodge the pirates that are guarding the fringe jump point. I almost whoopsied and called this episode a success before getting to safety, which, as we know, is a very bad way to play this game. Okay. Are we here yet? Tech exploration, that's fun. See, there's all these new possibilities now that I can fly with more than just one destroyer. So, hooray, we're back. Open the comm directory. Nobody's home. It's like Lego Batman. All right. So let's take you, you, and you. And then we got some good frigates. And then we got some other big ships that I can't really use. But that's okay. So we have our SpySat drop-off ship, which is really nice. So let's put you... I will review who's in what order and who goes where after this is here. Honestly, this combat freighter, I'd rather not put it in combat. Just because I can doesn't mean I should. It is a logistics destroyer, so we'll put it down here. And like I said, I'm excited about this ship. This is if this is our shield breaker, this is our mincemeat maker, I guess. Lots of opportunities to put some good, tiny, fast shooting weapons here. And it has rugged construction, so that's fun. So that's going to do it for this one. This is Asher with more Starsector. Like I said, I just need to double check and see who has what crew, who has what thing. I guess I will take the Marines with us because we do in effect need more Marines to unlock some other stuff here. But we have one of each corps, which is nice. We have actually some pretty nice weapons, to be honest. Not as many supplies as I'd like. Can we actually repair our ships here? Yep, so we are going to have to buy a little bit of this at above what I'd like to. But yeah, we're on to the next phase of the game here, filling up our fuel tanks. So like I said, I'm excited to see where the ship goes. We're going to start working in some of the ship names that I've had suggested so far in the series. It's going to be time to start meeting some officers slowly as things progress here. We do have some of our default assortment of officers, but don't forget, we are at 4 out of 20. There's another joke there, and we have more opportunities for recruitment now that we are back out in the public eye, and for some reason have thrown our lot in with one of the factions that has done the most to try to actually kill us, and has actually, disappeared Hannah Kesslier at one point here. Although she never really truly disappeared. More on that if she does some more floating off into space. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We will do this again in the future. I'll do a little show and tell for our other ships as they are being built. I'm excited to see how this one goes. I may do another test there as well. But Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with it. Oh my god. Thanks for sticking with us, and we'll do this again soon. You all take care.